And roll the opening animation. Oh yeah. Hello everybody, welcome to the feed. Yep. Today we're making hot sauce, which is quite a thing, quite a fascinating thing. We take a bunch of peppers, different kinds of peppers, mostly grown from Mexico, and we blend them together. And what we do is we go to this book, which is kind of the chili Bible, written by Mark Miller, a very renowned American chef who has used a lot of southern Mexican cooking in his kind of southwest approach to cooking. And this book has got all of the different peppers, and it tells you about all of them so that you can read, and then you make your selections according to what kind of flavors you want to have in the hot sauce. So for example, this one is called cascabel, and it's called cascabel because it's kind of like a shaker, right? And this has a very smooth, round flavor, and it says it's got very acidic, or slightly acidic flavor with tannic qualities, and it's got smoky, woodsy, tobacco, nutty tones. It's like an old Bordeaux. So we're going to use two of these, yes. And camera lady and I don't like hot sauces to be really hot. We like them to be flavorful. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel off the little nut of the stem, and then we're going to take these and we're going to put them in a dry pan at a very low temperature. These are Pulla. These two are Pulla. Pulla. And we're putting them in there to kind of reanimate them. Now this is Ancho. This is kind of the base that I use. I always use Ancho because it's got a really nice kind of plummy type of flavor. And I keep the seeds. Some people don't keep the seeds, but I like to keep the seeds because I think it helps generate flavor. And so I'm going to add one of those, and I'm going to add as well Mulato chili, which again, this one has, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Smell that, camera lady. Smells kind of like a little tobacco, huh?
Yeah. I guess so, if you like to smoke a cigarette.
So we're going to have, taking out that out. And so what you're doing is you're putting it into the frying pan. All you're trying to do is you're not trying to cook it, you're just trying to reanimate it, okay? One thing you gotta make sure of is you don't put your finger in your eye after you touch these because they're hot, okay? So you just wanna let them on a very low heat. If you burn them, they become very bitter, okay? And what I usually do is, because I'm using different peppers, I always take a photograph of the peppers in the pan. So I have kind of a record of what each batch tastes like. Oh, that looks pretty good to me. And that way I have the date and I can see which peppers I have in there. Now, gonna take a second to do that. While we're doing that, in a blender, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take an onion that we roasted. Okay, you can see there's an onion here. This has been roasted. This is what gives the sauce its sweetness. We're going to take this onion and we're going to put it.
So you roasted it in the oven?
I roasted this in the oven, 350, 400 degrees for about 40 minutes. Beautifully roasted onion. And we also roasted a head of garlic, okay? Now there's two layers of garlic in this dish. One is the roasted garlic and the other is the fresh garlic. So we have one garlic here, which we're going to use fresh. Remember, we always cut out the little bitter piece there, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're gonna. Well, we don't even have to chop it up because it's going into the Cuisinart or whatever the hell that is. Okay, so yeah, so these are warm enough now. They're kind of reanimated. If you can smell them, you can start to smell that they're coming out, right? We're going to take those and pour them in to the frying pan with the seeds. Not frying pan, into the blender with the seeds. And we're going to take about half a teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to put this on.
It's going to be noisy.
It's going to be noisy. All right. Blend it up.
Pulsing. Yeah, pulsing.
It's not breaking up. Come on now. What's going on here? Got to break up more. Come on now, these people don't have all day.
Maybe we can chop them up.
I guess I will have to chop them up a bit because they're not getting broken up by this thing, are they? Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chop them up. You see, oh, that's not working. That's going to work. Okay. Again.
Take two.
Take two. Not very good. Maybe what we'll do is we'll put this in, we'll put the onion in,
Some liquid.
and that will help. And I'm going to put in, see the whole clove of garlic? This is, oh wow, that's hot. This is all of the beautiful, oof, hot, hot. All of the beautiful garlic, roasted garlic cloves. There's got to be a better way to do this. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks fantastic. Smells so good. You can see, like, once you start to get the flavors of a roasted onion and the roasted garlic mixing with these wonderful peppers. And then you want to put your fresh garlic in there as well. Like that. Oops. There we go. So I'm hoping that this is going to help blend it. Good. So I'm going to add a little more salt. About a teaspoon of salt total. That was the other half teaspoon. And then I am going to start to add, camera lady's telling me that I should do this there.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're going to take this. Do you think I'm overdressed for
For hot sauce, red hot sauce, yeah, I think that's very much.
I'm overdressed? You know why? I wanted to know if I still knew how to operate buttons. During the pandemic, I thought, you know, I'll just try and see if I can actually put on a dress shirt and see what happens. And I think it's been a success. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add oil to this. We've got the fresh garlic, we've got the head of roasted garlic, we've got a bunch of our peppers, and we're going to add olive oil. What we're trying to do is get a paste.
Paste.
Now, usually I don't use olive oil. Usually I just use some kind of neutral oil, like a peanut oil or something like that. But tonight I just happen to have the olive oil ready. Oops, and boy, oh boy, does that ever smell fantastic. So it's got a really nice consistency now. See that? And I'm gonna have a little taste, you see, because You don't, I wouldn't put it on your finger actually. You don't really know how spicy this is going to be until you actually try it. And the other thing that you have to watch out for too is you have to watch out for making sure that it is not overly garlicky. And if it is, what you do, this is a great trick that I learned from a chef in New York, is you add a little bit of water, like a tablespoon of water, and that kind of neutralizes some of the garlic. So I'm just going to put this in. Oh, very nice. I've never made it with olive oil before, but it actually has a kind of a
olive oil taste.
Here, try it. See what you think, camera lady. It's not too hot. It's like got lots of nice flavor and a little bit of heat.
Wow.
Is it good?
C'est très bon. Bon, bon, bon.
I don't think it, oh yeah, you know what? It maybe should use a little bit of water. I think a little tiny, I'm gonna say a tablespoon of water is just gonna help it kind of mellow out some of that acidic garlic flavor. Okay. And, whoops, wrong way. So this is really one of these dishes that you have to experiment with. And eventually you kind of get you find your favorite peppers, you find your favorite oils, and you can get these peppers at any Mexican market here in Toronto, in Montreal, in New York, anywhere you go where there's a lot of Mexican products. They'll always have the various packages here. I'll show you what they look like. Most of them that are imported here look like this. So they, whenever I go to Mexico, I always try and bring back bags and bags of them, and they're dried, so customs doesn't mind. So anyway, so that's your hot sauce lesson, and you'll find that as it mellows over a couple of days, I mean this will last. We use months, but over a couple of days, it'll start to change its flavor. It starts to get much more mellowed, and it's such a great thing to do. So we're gonna wrap it up. That's it, that's all. Hot sauce.
Oh yeah.
And I think you're gonna like it. And
Hot sauce, not too hot.
not too hot. Well, you can make it as hot as you want, but
This
it's,
one's delicious.
It's got flavor. That's the main thing. It's got a lot of flavor. You can put it on eggs, you can put it on potatoes, you can put it on anything actually.
All right.
Peace out, bye.